When you hear people talk about the friend zone, it's never mentioned in a positive way. Most of the advice you hear on the subject is either how to avoid it or how to get out of it. It's a tough spot to be in when you have a romantic interest in someone. No one likes being in the friend zone, but is it really the worst place to be? While many would argue it is, research from psychology has a bit of good news for anyone who might find themselves there. In fact, there may be a surprising benefit to being in the friend zone. Most of the time, we see couples that make sense, but every once in a while, we'll see two people who make you wonder why they're together. Researchers from the University of Texas at Austin were curious about this as well. Normally, couples pair up based on similar characteristics, a psychological phenomenon known as homogamy. But they were more interested in why dissimilar couples might be together. So to find answers, they interviewed both married people and couples that were dating. They were asked about their dating lives, as well as how long they had known each other before being romantically involved. The second part of the study involved taping couples in an effort to gauge how attractive they were. To reduce any bias, these tapes were then given to third-party professionals trained to rate people on their personal appearance. The ratings were found to be consistent, meaning that the scores given by different people were usually the same. But when the scientists crunched the numbers, they noticed an interesting pattern emerged. They discovered that the larger the difference between the attractiveness ratings in a couple, the longer that they had known each other before getting involved. In contrast, the couples who had started dating only after knowing each other for a short time were much closer in physical appearance. This was also true for couples that were friends before they became romantically involved. What does this mean exactly? It means the longer they knew each other before they started dating, the more likely people were to date out of their league. And this is where the friend zone can work to your advantage. It's true that everyone has a different idea of what's attractive, but generally speaking, if you're a 6 and they're more of an 8, you have a better chance of getting to know them on a romantic level the longer you know them before you start dating. The lead author of the study sums it up by saying this: having more time to get acquainted may allow other factors, such as another person's compatibility as a relationship partner, to make that person appealing in ways that outshine more easily observable characteristics such as physical attractiveness. So the longer you get to know someone, the more your inner qualities, like personality, can shine through. And isn't that what it's supposed to be about anyway? Another interesting result from the study was found by looking at relationship satisfaction. Researchers found no difference in levels of relationship happiness between couples that had just met or were friends beforehand. And there's a number of things that this says about relationships. It means that a couple who fell in love at first sight isn't any happier than a couple who knew each other years before dating. However, looking at it from a different perspective, it also means that marrying your best friend doesn't lead to more relationship bliss. The key to a happy relationship doesn't have much to do with how you met. It also means that looks don't matter as much as some people would think. Unfortunately, the study doesn't really explore the difficulty of being friends when you'd rather be romantic. And while it's mostly guys that talk about getting put in the friend zone, the truth is, women get put there as well. In fact, that goes pretty much for anyone, despite their sexual orientation. But it's wise to be realistic in these situations. Even knowing that science tells you the friend zone isn't the worst place to be, the reality is there's no guarantee that the other person will ever see you in a romantic light. It's best to approach life with a positive outlook, regardless of the outcome. Having quality friendships are hard to find, but it also doesn't do you any good to wait around for something that might never happen. Be confident, be yourself, and fill your life with interesting people and activities. That way, even if they don't realize what a great catch you are, you'll know that your life is always full of possibilities.